This is Marchel'le Barber with Val Densmore, who's running for City Clerk of Country Club Hills, and I just happened to see her passing out her own, literature and getting signatures because she's running for City Clerk, and it was really good to recall that a lot of people, when they actually try to run for office, they have other people do this kind of work. And I think it's really impressive that she's doing this. So would you talk about some of the things that you want to do for the city, or at least some things that compelled you to run for City Clerk in Country Club Hills? And
certainly.
One question though, you've been here for 17 years, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
My family and I moved here in 1997.
Tell me about that, how you actually decided to come to Country Club Hills.
Okay, well, most of my sisters and brothers at that time, 4 of them, actually lived in the south suburbs. My husband and I resided in the western suburbs. Our mother became ill and could no longer live by herself, and so we wanted to be closer and have more help to take care of her. We made the decision to purchase a home custom built so that we could accommodate her, no stairs or limited stairs, seeing that's how she was in a wheelchair. Long story short, she passed away 2 months before we actually closed on our home. It was already erected and person's items were put in there, so we just decided to continue to come on out, which I'm very glad and very fortunate that we did. When we actually moved out, I was closer to my sister, who actually lived across the street from me in the 4th Ward in Maple Estates. She lived there for 10 years before she relocated. My brother lived just south of here in Matson. My sister is in Hazelcrest. Another sister is close by in Country Club Hills in the Bremen Township area. My husband and I raised our 2 children here. They all attended our school district 160 schools. They both are college graduates now, and so I was very active in the school district with them when they grew up. And so now, serving as a school board member for my 3rd term, I'm completing my 3rd term in April, I've decided to seek election for city clerk. And reason being is because the mayor's position is up, the city clerk's position is up, and the treasurer's position is open. And so we want to have key people in that executive branch of government who care about the citizens, who want to continue to see our city move forward in a positive direction. I've always sought nominations on my own signatures. I don't pay anyone to solicit for me because I want the people to see me. I live in town, I work in town, I serve in town. And so therefore, when you see me in the different functions, I want them to put a face with a name. And as I go from door to door and I talk to the different residents, what I'm hearing is that they're concerned about the direction of which our city will be taking, seeing as how on the April ballot, this will be the first time that we won't see a name that we've seen for the last 7 terms. And so with that being said, we want to make sure, again, that we have qualified people in place. My platform is simple. I believe in customer service. I believe in treating people the way you wish to be treated. So our clerk's office is the first venture that people encounter when they move into our town, when they're considering purchasing in our town, when they're doing business in our town. And we want to make sure that our clerk's office is professional, efficient, and available for our customers and vendors. Right now, we don't have staff available to accommodate on the weekends as we used to on Saturdays, or late nights as we used to on Monday nights. I'm not necessarily saying I'm a proponent for having that done again, but working more efficiently using technology so that we'll have our facility available for people who need service after normal business hours. There are a lot of social service programs that are available in Ridge Township as well as Bremen Township that are not necessarily being advertised in Country Club Hills. And so for those citizens that need that information, we, the clerk's office, need to be able to provide that in an efficient and intelligent manner. And so for some of those reasons, along with a whole host of others, also I'm a strong proponent of communication. So when people fill out Freedom of Information Act forms or FOIA requests, we want to make sure that they're given the accurate information in a timely manner when they apply for that. And so when a person walks into our City Hall municipal complex, I want to make sure that they feel like they've come somewhere where they can get service, professional, and walk out feeling like I'm glad I'm doing business with Country Club Hills.
Fantastic. So this is this would be a full-time position if you're elected.
Yes, ma'am.
And you did give us an overview of what position would involve, but what are some of the specifics? I mean, if there was a real job description for that position, what would that include? What would your day-to-day activities include?
Okay, well, currently I came from administration when I started being employed with the City of Country Club Hills in 2004. I worked for the clerk's office through the water department, and the current clerk collector is responsible for the keeping of all city official records, all city business meetings, any type of quotations or RFQs, requests for quotations, any bid information, any public announcements that have to be posted. All of that information is public record, but it has to be secured and monitored by the clerk's office. The other portion of that position is the collector's position, which is responsible for the revenues that come into our town via water bill payments, any type of citations, any type of transfer stamp tax, permit fees, business licenses. So that particular position handles that on a daily basis. Also, any information related to real estate, public records, unfortunately foreclosures and bank closings. All of that information is public, but it's also kept responsibly by the clerk's office.
Okay, that sounds good. So if anybody wants to maybe go to an event that you're having in the near future, what should they do and how should they connect with you?
Okay, fine. Well, for one, I do have a Facebook page. It says Elect Val Chandler Densmore for City Clerk of Country Club Hills. I'm also listed on LinkedIn, which is the business social media page. My email address is vcd160@aol.com, and I also am listed, believe it or not, in the yellow pages and the white pages. That's for old school people. As I said before, I work for the City of Country Club Hills. I'm currently employed in the police department, so I'm available Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, visibly. I also am an active school board member for School District 160. That includes Sycuda School, Meadowview School, and Southwood. We have our business meetings every fourth Tuesday of the month. So the next one will be scheduled this coming Tuesday, December 16th, 7 p.m. at Southwood School. And I employ any parent or empty nester to please come out and check us out.
Fantastic. Thank you for the interview.